Hi folks, quick 2-minute update on natural gas. People have asked me what's going on. It's been a bit of a wild ride, so let's quickly have a look. We sold at the top here at $3.59, that red line, which is the channel top, and it's also a previous resistance level. So we got out of this trade at $3.43, and look at this on the 4-hour. There's that sort of swing high there, quite a significant level, just around 344. We dipped just below that and held above that little gap there. And I thought we might get to the bottom of the gap before a bounce, but we only got sort of halfway. We did pierce the 20-period moving average on the 4-hour chart. When I say I got out of that trade, we actually covered half of that short position, so we've still got half on. And I'm kind of thinking, after that move back up, sharp move back up, I thought we were probably going to go back and retest the highs, but we've fallen back down again. I'd like to see us get to the bottom of this gap at around 340. But more interesting is this gap down here at about 315 to 320. You'll have noticed that I pointed that out on my previous video, which I'll link at the end of this one. And there's a little gap there that's actually not been filled because this was a gap in itself. It's not showing on this 4-hour chart at Black Bull. I'll show you on the NYMEX chart shortly. And down at this area, we've got the 315 to 320 level. You know I like the 80s and the 20s, so that's a good round number, 320. And if we could just fill that gap, we've also got the 50 and the 100-period moving averages on the 4-hour chart. And even more interestingly, and I'm going to ignore $3 for the reasons I pointed out in the previous video, again, the link at the end of this one, is this level down here, 285 to 286, somewhere in that region, and that's a very key level. Let's switch to the day chart, and then I'll go across to the NYMEX chart. So here's the day chart, and the reason I've got that red line or that red band in at the 285 level, more or less, is that was the key breakout level. And I've ignored the $3 level because we only tried there twice before this recent breakout. And this level was repeatedly tested and retested from the top. So this is a super key level at 285-ish. If we could get down there at some point, that would be a great place to buy, and perhaps by then this channel bottom will come up. I'm not sure how long this channel is going to last for. It's been an awfully long time now, going back to the beginning of the year, as you can see, an almost perfect channel. And if we do get down through that 285 level, I fear that we may need to pierce this channel bottom and break it up a bit and get some of the bulls out of the market, pick up some fresh liquidity further down, but not below 250. Key levels are down here, separating the bulls from the bears. Let's have a look at the NYMEX chart quickly. So here's the NYMEX day chart, and you can see the same sort of thing. We've got the similar levels in here. All the colors are just a little bit different, but it's the same thing. And there's that 285 level down there, which I pointed out, that purple line. And it's near the channel bottom now. It's also that swing low. You can see it's a very key breakout level. $3, not so much. We only tested that twice. But above there, in this region here, let's go to the 4-hour chart. And this will emphasize what I was saying earlier. This level down here at the bottom of this gap, at around about 325 down to about 320, that little gap there, and then this bigger gap, which was the rollover gap, so not really a gap per se, but somewhere in this region at around 315 to 320, maybe 325 is a key level. We've also got that swing low there, and then below that we've got the $3 level, which I'm going to sort of ignore for now, and then the 285 level, this purple line that we talked about. There's also a gap below there, which is the level that we may have to actually test. That's also a rollover gap, but it's a gap nevertheless, so we've got those levels down there. I'm going to start looking at buying around about the 315 to 320 level. Let's go back to Black Bull. So we're back at the Black Bull 4-hour chart, and there's that 315 to 320 level, maybe 325, and then those other levels that I spoke about before, going down to $3, perhaps not as significant as 285, and then maybe, just maybe, a test of this channel bottom, a break through it, down to possibly as low as $2.50. I don't think that's the most likely scenario. We'll look to start buying if we see a good buy signal at around about the 320 level, and then 285 down here in this red band is my most important level to look at. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little summary, and if you did, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. And I really appreciate your views, your likes, and your comments. If you've got a comment, leave that below as well. Take care.